It's Neil Atkinson, it's Craig Hannan, it is Talking Reds, it is cracking the flags outside in Liverpool, but we've decided to come in here and keep it tight for you today. The internet is broken, Liverpool have got planning permission, it looks like, or the closest to planning permission for the Anfield Road end. There's the Euros on Friday, it's 2001 week, there's our Scarito prediction quiz, all of that is to come. Craig Hannan, I've got a massive fucking problem.
Go on.
I know nothing about the Euros. There's two things I'm conscious of, and I think the fact that it goes from 32 teams to 24 has meant I've not engaged anywhere near enough with the group stage. In my head, it's just not processed like this is a real thing for a while. Have you felt in a similar boat? I can't believe it's Friday and it's the Euros.
I know it's come up too soon, definitely. I think this season's exhausted us as Liverpool fans. I think all Liverpool fans can sort of say that, and I think that we've all needed a bit of a break, and then suddenly this tournament's been thrown in front of us. And usually I'm buzzing about these things. By the way,
love them.
As
a first lieutenant in the Green and White Army, you're all over them.
Well, do you know what? Like as a kid. Growing up, I always knew Northern Ireland would not be in these tournaments, so I just look forward to seeing like great footballers score, brilliant goals. And there was like the mystique around not really knowing much about these sides.
And then Michael O'Neill happened,
and now I'm like, shit, not being in it. Like I wish. So I've got a list of all the things I know about the Euros.
You're going to tell me them before, because what we'll do is we'll do a break. We'll do a bit of a chat about 2001, and then in part two we will also have a chat about the Anfield being bigger, and wouldn't that be great?
Yeah.
So we're doing Euros now. So give me all of your Euros facts.
I mean, the first one is Northern Ireland aren't in it.
Okay. We're all going to have to get over that in our own time.
Phil Foden has grey hair. For some reason,
he's trying to replicate Gascoigne in '96.
Not having that, by the way.
Gascoigne in '96?
No, Foden trying to replicate him. And why does he cut his hair with a ruler? Have you seen this?
Yeah, it's because he's so deeply Mancunian. That's years of breeding. To be honest with you, it's generation after generation of Mancunian breeding. He doesn't cut it that way. It's just the way it grows. So you've got to get off his back.
Oh, right.
It's just the way it grows. And it's year upon year. Honestly, they've been working towards this as a community for about 500 years or so. It's why, for instance, no matter what he does, no matter how much money he invests, he can't get a decent pair of kecks. It's exactly the same thing.
And now he's made his hair grey.
Yeah.
That doesn't feel right. All the Spain fellas are quarantining, and then I've put not conducive to playing tourney footy.
It's not, no, so they're all, is that because Busquets got it?
Yeah.
And they're all now out of quarantine?
Yeah, so can they not train together if they're quarantining? Are they all quarantining on a pitch together?
Intense.
Intense, just doing keepy-ups, like, of each other, getting ready for the big match.
Is that why they had to have, when they had that boss video of Thiago and Rodri passing to each other, but they had to be that far apart?
That's right, yeah. All his teammates are like left and right of them, you just couldn't see them.
How good was that video?
It was unbelievable, yeah. It's one of those things where like it makes you realise that like footy players are well better than you. Do you know that we play five-a-side each week at Jericho Lane, and we'll do stuff, and after it you'll be feeling good about yourself. That goal I scored, you'll forget all the crap things. It's like, that goal I scored.
Play one good pass.
Yeah, and then you see this, and it's incredible. I actually want us to film our five-a-side because it'll make us realise that we all look shit at footy.
I think I'm already at that point, Craig. I don't need an object lesson in looking overweight and inept. I think, firstly, I could just watch any bit of Anfield Wrap content, £10 a month, by the way. But I don't need an object lesson in finding out exactly how bad I am at football. Oh, let's check the heat map. Oh, it's not very active. No, it's not. No, mate, no.
That's my dream is to be able to create some sort of content where you do a stat show about us.
My ideal would actually be, if you really want to do this, I'd love us to go and do a game and get two of the footy players, the actual proper ones, to watch, do a podcast and a stat show afterwards. Now, that would be absolutely perfect.
We need to do this.
If, for instance, you've got Thiago and Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain afterwards having a bit of a chat going, well, I thought it was all right when Neil fell over the ball in the left-back position because he got back in position quickly enough. Trying to find the positive.
Yeah, no, I'm bang up for that. As silly as it would make us look. There isn't much left of this list. The others, I put Jota top goal scorer on at 50-1 earlier in the season.
So is Jota the new Milan Baros?
Well, yes, he could be. He could be. The only problem is since I've done that, he hasn't scored since, so his odds might actually be longer. Than 50-1 now, but I just thought it was a good shout. Portugal looked good.
No, but also he's going to play. He's got to get games.
He's got a tough group apparently, don't they? They've got, I hope I'm not making this up, Germany and France in the group.
Have they?
It's
a group of death, innit?
I'm gonna
check that in the break.
I think Sam's going to have to check that in the background.
Craig can check that in the break.
I'm sure if it's wrong, you can flash the group up to say that I am wrong.
Absolutely, yeah.
And then the last thing I've put is Tilsley and McCoist commentating together on ITV. Yeah,
I didn't know that. I was going to try and see Clive to talk about his book, but is he like going places? Do we know? Or
I'm not sure. I just saw it online and I thought, isn't that a wonderful partnership?
Oh, Tilsley and
McCoist and his like general excitement of the tournament will get me really excited. Yeah. I think as soon as we start watching it, I think
from game one. No, so in the blurb, there's the Scarito stuff where we're running a prediction challenge, and why I'm asking is I've literally like parcelled off a bit of time in my working day this afternoon to sit through and do my predictions on that. And I was thinking, my God, I don't know anything about this. Plus, I might be running a fantasy, just a private sort of fantasy blind auction thing as well. And I was thinking, fucking hell, I don't know anything about that either. So it's been in my head all morning that I need to spend a bit of time finding out about the Euros. That was really helpful as like a starter, like the Ladybird book version of the Euros. You've got me sort of, my excitement is a little bit whetted. I think the other reason why I can't fully engage with it, it's 32-24. I also don't know where the fucking hell these matches are happening.
I know.
Which is
Northern Ireland got into the knockouts in the last Euros through some sort of diddle where they finished third. They only scored one goal, they won one game, and then they got in. They played Wales in the knockouts. So I think the last Euros there was something where there was more teams in it, wasn't there? There was some sort of new way of getting in. But I'm excited to see the Scots.
It's 24-16. I said 32-24. That'd be even ridiculous by this standards. It's 24-16. That's what it is. Sorry for that before.
I'm excited to see Scotland.
Yeah,
that's one of the things I meant to put on my list is England play Scotland, which in itself sounds exciting. England play Croatia first, which I saw, and hopefully they get beat, and then Scotland put them out.
Che Adams is playing for Scotland, so that's good because he's good at footy. I'm absolutely devastated. So I do know something about the Euros. I'm absolutely devastated that big Ollie McBurney has been ruled out through injury because big Ollie McBurney absolutely clattering around the Euros would have delighted me, and then big Scott McTominay behind him winning his battles. Big Andy Robertson,
Europe deserves, after such a difficult year, Europe deserves to see Ollie McBurney wearing his socks weird, bouncing about the Euros.
Absolutely, it's one of the things we're all in it for at this point. Who's going to win it? Surely the French.
I don't know. I was looking at Portugal, and as I went through, I know they won the last one, didn't they? But as you're going through, it was like, oh, he's good. Oh, he's good. Oh, he's good. They've got lots of players like that, don't they? So I quite fancy them. They've obviously got a difficult group. Belgium as well.
I like the Belgians.
Like Lukaku's a good season.
Good set of lads.
Kev the Red in behind him.
Big Kev. Tielemans. Dennis Pratt.
They're just a nice footy team to watch. I'm quite excited. This is the thing. I'm looking forward to watching these games and not knowing much about the teams, not knowing much about sort of how they've been doing in the run up to this. It feels a bit more sort of old and traditional as watching these tournaments as a kid and just getting excited by seeing all of these players that you don't get to see very often.
And it'll be sunny. Like it is outside right now.
Yeah, like it is right now, and we decided to film inside.
We decided to stay in here, but we also didn't film ourselves playing football either, so it swings and roundabouts for you, the viewer. We're doing loads of stuff on 2001. We'll be back to talk about that, to talk about what Liverpool are doing at Anfield, hopefully very, very soon. But before then, here's a bit of a clip from our Fans Stories video of 2001.
Before we race ahead, can't let the opportunities go by for Johnny back to tell about the going way back to the first game in that UEFA Cup campaign, Bucharest, where he materialised for reasons that still baffle me, but he seemed to be dressed as a hot dog delivery boy.
No.
What was going on there?
We went up the ground in the morning because it's when you get those obscure games, you think, right, I need to get a programme, like, to prove I've been, So we went up the ground 11 o'clock in the morning and mooched around and found this fella, match programmes, like miming like a magazine. He's pointed towards this little window, so we went over there and there's a woman in an office. We said, "Have you got any match programmes?" And she's like, "What's he talking about?" And then it twigs. She goes away and comes back and puts a pile down of about 100 on the desk in front of her, saying, "How many do you want?" So I thought, "Well, how much are they?" And she wrote it down on a piece of paper. We thought, right, what's that? That's about 15p. I'll have 30. So I've got 30 programmes, of which I've still got about 20, if anything, after them. And they are beautiful. They're really brightly printed on sort of matte paper, like a little 8-page thing. It's absolutely gorgeous. So we do that, and as we're walking away, John Perman was with me. We said, let's just walk down here. That looks like the tunnel towards the pitch. So we go down there, and we walk around the pitch a few times, talk to the cleaners who are like mopping the seats and stuff. And then on our way back, we see a little door in the tunnel, and it says BUFET, buffet. It's got to be a bar, doesn't it? So we open the door, and it's like the staff canteen for the people who work in the stadium, but it's a bar as well.
Oh, okay.
So we go and we just go like, hello, like Johnny Mac, Liverpool FC. And they're like, come in.
That was his standard greeting wherever he went. Johnny Mac, Liverpool FC, pleased to meet you.
And come in. So we sitting down, said, can we have a beer? Said, fine, yeah, we have beers. Staying there for like 2 hours. We met, guy who works for the club was the reserve goalkeeper for Romania in the Mexico World Cup in 70. So he showed us a picture of him in the squad.
Brilliant.
We bought everybody in there a drink, bottles of wine. I think, in fact, the bill was the one that's in the museum with the total comes to 1 million things.
Nah, that was the TikTok. That was from the TikTok. We'll get on to that in a second.
It was from there. We buy everybody a drink, by which point we're up feeling a bit tipsy around about 2 in the afternoon. The guy from the kitchen comes out, and I'm thinking, what souvenir can I get from here to prove I've been in here? Your jacket. How much? It was like a chef's jacket, short sleeve chef's jacket with purple piping, and the Rapid Bucharest.
It was a hot dog seller's jacket.
Rapid Bucharest crest embroidered on the pocket, and it's absolutely great.
Sounds amazing.
How much? And he went, and I just got $5 out. I said, $5? He went, yeah, turn it off. Give it to me.
Fine.
So I squoze it on, tightly buttoned it up, and I wore it for the next 2 days.
We're back. Craig was right about that group, which is good. So the Scarito prediction competition, if you click it in this, we're going to give the winner. Me and Craig are 99% sure that it's a Robbie Fowler signed shirt. 99% sure, which does give us 1% of wiggle room. But we are 99% sure that it is a Robbie Fowler signed
More
shirt.
85% for me, really, I'm going to be honest.
I'm at 99. I'm backing you, and I'm backing my own brain that it's remembered this. So do the prediction thing. I'm going to be doing it. We can all see how we get on right the way through the tournament. And with a bit of luck, we'll all have an interest come the end of it, along with seeing the fantastic football. We'll be covering it to an extent on the Anfield Wrap. To be really honest with you, in years gone by, one of the things we've learned is that you actually aren't that interested in how we cover these things.
Which is why we've come on this video having known fuck all about it.
So there's people who will know about it. We'll do a Talking Reds preview of it every sort of stage of the tournament. There'll be a Talking Reds that'll be about it. We're also going to try and run a bit of an EPL style Euros show, but I don't know if John spoke to Jono yet about that, so we'll get that sorted out one way or another. This is admin on air, so we'll box all of that off, and we'll be talking about it a little bit on the Anfield Wrap and on Weekender. There is no Weekender this week, or more accurately, it is being replaced by a free audio and video interview with Phil Thompson about 2001. All the 2001 stuff, Craig, we're really pleased with it. Not least because we're very much trying to put the way in which it felt at the centre of it. We always do this. We talk about what we're here to do is to tell the story of supporting Liverpool from the heart of the city. And with 2001, that's what we're trying to sort of pull back in. Exactly what it felt like for everyone who was there at the time.
Yeah, absolutely. 2001 is one that I'm dead intrigued by, and that I'm excited to hear all the fan stories, because it's my first sort of memories of watching Liverpool on TV, but obviously being too young. I was 9 years old, so wasn't able to be there or be in the city or whatever. It was all, it's my first memories of sitting down and watching a full Liverpool match, 90 minutes long.
Yeah.
Which
is longer than you think.
It is, and for a young kid as well, late at night. But it was also, if I remember right, because back then it was obviously the league games being on Sky.
Yeah.
So then the European games and the FA Cup games were on ITV, I think.
ITV for FA and BBC for UEFA Cup.
And so just being able to watch those games in full, for me, we didn't have Sky, so it was like sitting down and just, taking it all in and staying up a bit later because it went to extra time, and just all of the exciting things as a young kid. And it sounds like a brilliant season to follow in terms of going to the games.
It was an absolutely tremendous season. So we've got a series of shows on it. I yesterday filmed my favourite game of the season, which was Leeds away in the fourth round of the FA Cup. The Emile Heskey goal to make it 2-0 remains a defining moment in terms of celebrating Liverpool goals in my life. It is often reached because we support a magical physical football team, often by Mo Salah. Frankly, I was sort of going through it today. I've written him an email today and I'm like, and Mo Salah scored this one and that was as good. And Mo Salah scored this one and that was as good. And when Mo Salah scored this one, it might even have been better.
Quite often with his top off as well afterwards.
Mo Salah versus Southampton probably surpasses Emile Heskey at Leeds United, and I don't say that lightly, as Emile Heskey at Leeds United was the first absolutely incredible celebration I can remember being part of, supporting Liverpool, especially away from home, but not even just that. It was that sort of season, a season when you remembered and realised and got to experience for the first time what it was to support this remarkable football club that is capable of delivering football miracles season after season, week after week, to paraphrase an excellent Evertonian. The good thing of the news about the stadium is it means more people can watch us. And that is, for me, first and foremost, every single time Liverpool expand Anfield. The reason why I want Liverpool to expand Anfield is that it literally allows more people from wherever they are on the globe to be able to watch Liverpool in person.
Yeah, absolutely. And that is, Liverpool's a unique club with its ticketing, isn't it? Like, even the likes of Man United don't have the problems that we have
around access and stuff.
Access around, the waiting list for tickets, and you can't even get on the waiting list anymore for season tickets, all of those. So that'll be a massive thing. I was watching on United. I was watching the Alex Ferguson documentary.
Oh, it's good.
It is good. But there was something that made me sort of so happy that we stayed at Anfield. You think of all of the times when it looked as if we were going to move to Stanley Park and so on. And Ferguson says something where he walked onto Old Trafford for the first time and he felt as if he could feel the ghosts of everything. He could see the goals go in of past glories and so on. And that's something I sort of feel with Anfield, that you watch all of these old games, Dalglish and Rush and all these big moments in Europe, 2005, 2001, as we were talking about, and you feel that it's all happened there and it'll always happen there. And so the fact that they've first done the main stand and then they're now going to the Anfield Road is just massive, in that we've just seen how special Anfield is with fans in over the past sort of 5 years, especially under Jurgen Klopp, and it's brilliant that we're continuing to develop that and continuing to get more people in, and there'll be more ghosts, a lot more ghosts.
That's what we want, and that's the aim of it. So let's hope that gets finalised this week and work can start on it as soon as possible. It'll be absolutely incredible for more of us to be able to enjoy Anfield on a regular basis. We know we're lucky to. A lot of people aren't, and we've all lived the reality of that through these COVID times. So tomorrow there will be a gutter dealing with the transfer dealing, and there's our player profiles of Jordan Henderson. I'm looking forward to also watching the Redmen thing on Henderson as well. They put an awful lot of work into that, so fair play to them across the board on that one. It looks like it's a hell of an achievement, so well into those lads, and do check it out. Across the rest of the week, we've got the 2001 stuff that you would expect, that we've trailed, my favourite games, all the soccer boxes, all the bits and pieces, interview with Phil Thompson to come. There's Gary McAllister and Alex Miller today, on top of stuff around a lot of specific matches. There is Robbie Fowler, there is Jamie Carragher, there are other people as well. Clinton Morrison, talking about what happened to him at Crystal Palace.
That's one of the big memories. Like,
yeah.
Do you know what as well? Like, when I can't remember that game. I can't remember sitting down and watching that game. But that season review, like the tape, I've still got at home, the VHS tape, which makes me feel really old and sound really old to YouTubers here. But I remember just watching that over and over again, and they make a big deal out of the Clinton Morrison thing. It's brilliant.
And it was good of Clinton to come and talk to us about it as well, because after all, it is predominantly speaking a game, but it's also the most important game. It's the very best game. So what we need you to do is to sit down, gird your loins, plan to enjoy the Euros, love our 2001 stuff, and remember this: we've got more ghosts, more memories to build at Anfield next season. Eventually there'll be even more of us as well. I could not be more excited by the summer that is coming and in the season that is to follow. We're all going to get back together. We're going to have a fantastic time. Liverpool can't wait to see you. See you later.